The green iguana, an exotic lizard with many fascinating traits. But what if it was left on a planet for millions of years, and these traits got to change, or be exaggerated, or be replaced by new traits entirely? This is the planet of Lineaus, the planet of iguanas. This video will cover the next 15 million years of the Eruptogene, approximately 30 to 45 million years after the green iguana and several species of insect, plant, crustacean, and salmon were brought to this planet. The Eruptogene, as its name implies, is an age of volcanism. Mountains shoot up like weeds and lava flows like water. This particular lava flow has interrupted the migration of a herd of Gigosaurus. Gigosaurus travel in herds separated between either male or female. These male Gigosaurus travel long distances in search of food, as they are much bigger and much more aggressive than the females. But it is spring, so they are returning to the nesting grounds to breed with the females. But due to the lava flow, half of the herd will have to walk the edge of the lava flow and hopefully find a way around it. Behind the herd, a forest fire rages. Smoke and the cries of animals not fast enough to escape the fire or the lava fill the air and blot out light from Draco, the star that Lineaus orbits. Farther away from the lava flow, the herd shoves and pushes past each other, leading to violent altercations between the male Gigosaurus. Elsewhere on Regia, we can see another ecosystem that has been drastically changed by volcanism. No more than 1,000 years ago, this landscape was covered in molten rock. But now, life, such as algae and moss, has come to reclaim this barren wasteland. A male Pachycranius has come here to take advantage of the new growths of moss. The Pachycranius, aside from its enormous horns, it being nearly double the size of its ancestors, and the loss of its back spines and dewlap, its body plan is nearly identical to that of the green iguana. 1,500 years ago, this igneous rock was plains full of trees and shrubs and grass, and Pachycranius numbered in the tens of thousands. However, the volcanic eruptions and the respiratory diseases that resulted from them has decimated the Pachycranius population. Nearby, a flesh-eater stalks. This is Tyranophysis, a larger, more specialized descendant of the iguana raptor. It patrols its territory and walks on 4 legs, but is capable of running on its back legs at great speed. This particular Tyranophysis is a young male. Although he is technically sexually mature and technically an adult, he still has a lot of growing left to do, as he's only the size of a man and has been pushed out of better territories by larger, older males. Alas, he has been able to find somewhat success here on the dried up lava flow. Crushing jaws and sharp teeth puncture the neck of the Pachycranius, while large heavy claws hold it down. In an instant, the last Pachycranius is vanquished by our young Tyranophysis. As we move farther north on the young supercontinent, we can see that the Eruptogene isn't entirely apocalyptic. Here we are at the lush and fertile plains of northern Regia. In the foreground, there stands a bipedus. She is nearly the size of a chicken and stands on her rock, ensuring there are no nearby threats. In the background, a pseudo-crocodilius has bitten the foot of an iguana titan. He has mistaken the iguana titan's leg for prey that he can take. However, the Goliath will not tolerate such aggression, and has stood on its back legs in an effort to fling the pseudo-crocodilius off of itself. The oceans separating Cenomania from the young supercontinent are teeming with all kinds of bizarre life, such as these creatures, which mimic fish from Earth like thresher sharks and piranhas, or these specialized crustaceans, which have convergently evolved with shrimp, or have turned their back legs into flat paddles that allow them to swim in the water column, much like a fish. Or this horror of the deep, a predatory salmon that resides in the midnight zone of Lineaus. Due to the lack of sunlight, its eyes are only useful at detecting faint amounts of bioluminescence, and its body is translucent. In the seagrass meadows closer to Cenomania, a stone salmon lies in the sediment, waiting for its prey to just come a little bit closer. We are currently in the Barlet Island chain, an archipelago off the coast of mainland Cenomania that is home to a wide variety of unique creatures. Like this mother and child Kelatops who forage in the seagrass and spend their entire lives in the shallow waters in the Barlet Island chain. The skies of the Barlet Island chain are filled with various kinds of Iguana, a lineage of reptiles that have taken to the sky via powered flight. They exist elsewhere on Cenomania, but exist in their largest populations and in their largest variety of species here, such as small, brightly colored frugivores and the pseudo-falcons that hunt them, or duck-sized insectivores and what can only be described as false seagulls also roam these islands. Along with their titanic, sea-going neighbors such as the thalassovenator, which ambitiously tries and fails to get herself an airborne snack. Thalassovenator is a large predator and a member of the clade of iguanas that took to the sea millions of years ago. However, other forms of titanic reptile inhabit these oceans, and even reptiles that aren't so titanic, like this Thalassosaurus, which hides in a cave from her enormous evolutionary cousin. Inland on Cenomania, a hunt is in progress. This is one of the largest predators on Cenomania, the Avarctos. However, he will not be feeding on his quarry today, as this Euoplothorax has liquefied the head of his hunting partner. Underfoot, a Microsaurotherium runs into its burrow. The Microsaurotherium has adaptations that allow it to survive the increasingly cold climate that Cenomania is experiencing. Where once spines only relegated to its back are now fine quills that cover most of its body. Animals like these form a lineage called Pseudotheria. Although most of them are small, not all Pseudotherians are relegated to scampering little scavengers underfoot of megafauna. In the far north of Cenomania, they are the megafauna. This is Xenarctos. This is the largest flesh eater currently inhabiting Cenomania, and she is watching her pups play. Play helps the pup learn and develop motor skills and skills that will help them in the future when they will inevitably have to fight for territory or hunt prey. The Xenarctos is a different breed of predator for a few reasons. One, like other Pseudotherians, its spines have become thin quills that form almost a fur-like structure along its body. But also, Xenarctos lay less eggs but spend more time taking care of the hatchlings. As Cenomania shifts farther and farther north, and volcanic ash makes the planet colder and colder, these traits will allow Xenarctos and the rest of Pseudotheria to adapt to the ice-covered lands of Cynomania. And this marks the end of our third video in the saga of Lineaus. We are just under halfway through the Eruptogene. There will be 2 more videos that take place within the Eruptogene, and I think y'all are gonna like where they go. I hope y'all also like the new, I want to say comic book panel style of drawing. I basically, instead of making one huge giant drawing, I've made 5 or 6 different drawings that depict one scene, but I will still do the big drawings like this one here with the Xenarctos. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions for species names or lineage names or something cool you want to see, let me know in the comments. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.